Okay, so James, you're going to be talking to us about drumline and marching band.
Yes, American drumline. So how it starts is I thought I'd show you a short video on this just to give you an idea about the performing media and the tone colours within the drumline. So sure. just 10 seconds ago. Okay, so as you can see, this is a drumline. It consists of a range of membranophones and idiophones, right? Of bass drums, snare drums, tenor drums, okay, and cymbals. There will be cymbals as well, all as part of an ensemble. Example of drumline can be like this: is probably performing in a football game, but they also can range from high school marching bands to Army and Navy drum corps, because those are examples. And I'll go into that a bit more in detail later. So that's about drum lines. And in drum lines, what is really important is the mastering of rudiments, because rudiments give good uniformity to drum lines and unites of all the different elements within the drum line when they're playing pieces and stuff like that. So okay, so that's good. So I'm just going to go over a few rudiments.
Sure.
One of the main rudiments, so as you can see, it's a snare drum, a marching one with a harness. Alright, so rudiments in snare in drumming show good technique and allow and sort of give the beat character and stuff, because otherwise, because melody is limited within a drum line, or the drums are indefinitely tuned, the rudiments and the dynamics are what gives the cadence within a drumline expression. Sure. So I'm just going to demonstrate a few. So one of the most basic things that we teach first is just the double stroke roll. So what that involves is hitting the drum twice with one stick and twice with the other stick. Okay, alright, so that seems quite simple. So when you put it together, okay, so that's good. One thing though, when you're playing double stroke rolls quite fast, it'll turn into something like this. Okay, so you're hitting it very fast, and to turn it into something faster, what you actually have to do is to control the bounce of the stick. So this snare drum is actually made of PET film. It's high tension. You can actually turn it off and on, so to create a contrast in the sound. So what usually when you use a double stroke roll, when you're starting, you're holding the stick normally like that, and you're hitting it. Okay, but when you play it fast, your arm's going to get sore if you move your arm that fast. So what you have to do is control the bounce of the stick. So when I bounce the stick, it's bouncing. But if I wanted to bounce it and control it, I can make it only bounce twice. Okay, and when that's how you increase the speed of it. So starting slow, I'll increase and go back slow. That double stroke roll forms the basis of most cadences, and that can be formed into single stroke sevens, so sevens and nines and so on like that. Alright, so that's the basic one. And what is important to do with rudiments is also to be able to start on both hands. Because of the sometimes syncopated drum beats, or sometimes cadence starting on the second beat or four or whatever, it's good to start on your left hand as well. And so I'll demonstrate that. Alright, so the next rudiment that I'll go over is the flam. So what a flam is it involves a grace note followed by a full volume tap. So what it is like this. Okay, so that's a flam. So the grace note and the full volume tap. What it does is it gives the beat character, and it gives the example of like a delayed beat, which of course can accent certain sections of the melody and stuff. So that's a flam. Okay.
So with that flam, would the grace note be falling like before the beat, and the full stroke is on the beat?
Yes, that's right. So before the beat and on the beat. And with flams, there's many types of flams. For example, a drag flam consists of two notes before, so like this. Okay. So the double grace note and then the full volume tap. Next rudiment is a paradiddle. So a paradiddle consists of one. Okay, so once right, once left, and then double with the right. Or you can start on your left and go left, right, left, left. So like that. Alright, so again, you can combine rudiments. So this is a drumline audition piece that I've got here from the Connecticut in America, the Connecticut halftime. So this is what they used to audition. And as you can see in here, you can see all these different rudiments. So you've got the rolls. Something like over here, you've got that roll, so that's a double stroke roll. Here you've got drag paradiddles actually, so it goes from a drag flam into a paradiddle. And the last one I'll show you here is a rudiment cue. It's a triplet followed by, a grace note and then followed by a triplet. So I'm going to play you an excerpt from this piece, and so you can hopefully listen to all these different rudiments used in the sort of structure of this piece. All right. So yep. All right. I'll just start. Within there, you could have heard the triplets, which are the rudiment cues. You've got the double stroke rolls, and you've got the paradiddles, and all of these add to the tone colours within a piece. You could describe a drum line as quite a con fuoco with fire, and that's why they're usually used as a method of competitions between others. Sure. So you can even see on this one that in this picture here that they're on some kind of field. I've got an audio clip for you, and the audio clip is of the army drum line. So if I just show that to you here. Sure. All right. So
just before you play
it, of course. Yeah.
Where you said it went into a paradiddle, how do you know? Because there's no markings of like left, right, left, left.
Yep. Okay. So
how do you as a performer know that you have to do a paradiddle?
Okay, so one thing that sort of, so in this case it actually says SP, so that means single paradiddle. Okay. So if I can just demonstrate again one more time. So a single paradiddle was right, left, right, right, yeah. But a double paradiddle will be right, left, right, left, right. So sure. It'll just be extra beats there.
So that's a mark key, yeah? So
SP usually is a single paradiddle. Also, in some music, they actually do say right, left, yep. Or when they draw it in, if they say have a circle there, that usually means the left hand. Sure. Okay, so that's another method of notation in drum music. So I'll go into that a bit later in the cadence music. Yeah, so what I've got first is the song, and if you can just listen to here the tone colours and the contrast and texture, because of this competition. In drum lines, they're called drum offs, usually in a cadence, which is a piece for drum lines. You've got that heterophonic texture between the call and response sections between that. Yep. So I'll just play a short excerpt from there. Okay, alright, so hopefully from that you could sort of see that sort of contrast in texture, also the accent and all these two. So that's really good. That was between the Army and the Navy in America. So that was good. Alright, so next I will show you some cadences. And within cadences, here we go, we have this is drum notation, so it's different from like normal notation. So one thing that you can notice is all these flams and the grace notes. But within here, you've also got the different kinds of drums. So here, snares, tenors, basses, and cymbals. Alright, so this is the snare drum. Okay, like I said before, you can turn it on and off, adjust the tension of it. This is the tenor drums. Okay, so because the snare drums have the main, it's most recognizable within a drum line, they carry the melody of the piece. Just because the melody is the melody of the snare is very noticeable and can be heard over everything else, which is why they have that melody. However, a snare is indefinitely tuned and it's only one pitch, right? This is where the triple toms come in. So these three are tuned to different notes. So, okay, so they're all three different notes. And what that does, it adds melody and variety to the drum line. And it allows drummers to be able to sort of create expression within the piece. Okay, so we've also got, I'll just explain some notation here to you. So, for example, within the just say cymbals, when it's a semi-brief, it indicates that you have to roll it, right? However, in some other cases, when it's got an X, that symbolises when you crush the cymbals together, you're supposed to muffle it. That's also indicated by the plus above that.
Sure.
Further on, if for example something like the snare, these two lines indicate the roll, the double stroke roll that I demonstrated before. Here we go. Sometimes on the snare, when they ask you to use an X, or for cymbals, the X indicates the muffled crash, but for the snare drums, that indicate that you're supposed to play it on the rim. Okay, so for example, there's two types of rim taps. There's one you can sort of, and you can hit the rim, or the other type is a rim click, which involves like that, and they're two different types of clicks there. Alright, so,
yeah, thank you. That's very good. That's the only one you're doing, isn't it? Yes.
That's the only Viva I'm doing. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thank you very much, James.
No worries.